To speak. Do you remember how to say to speak? It begins with a silent H.
Hablar.
Hablar. Good. And what is I speak or I'm speaking?
Hablo.
Hablo. Good. And what was to sleep or to be dormant, let's say?
Dormir.
Dormir. And how do you say I sleep?
Duermo.
Good. We said also that you can get the additional meaning of I fall asleep by saying I sleep myself.
Me duermo.
Me duermo. Good. To eat was?
Comer.
Comer. Good. So I eat or I'm eating is?
Como.
Como. So here the O doesn't split. Good. To have breakfast. To have breakfast. We don't say in Spanish to have breakfast. We have a verb to breakfast, let's say. And the verb to breakfast is desayunar. Desayunar.
Desayunar.
Breakfast and desayunar are direct translations of each other, in fact. I don't know if you noticed that in English, breakfast is break, fast. When we have breakfast, we break the fast. And in Spanish, des is like an, ayunar is to fast. So to unfast. So desayunar is like to unfast, to break fast. Desayunar.
Desayunar.
To have breakfast. I am having breakfast or I have breakfast.
Desayuno.
Desayuno. And desayuno is also the noun. El desayuno is the breakfast. What was to wait or to hope? Desperate is related because again we have this des like in desayunar, which is like unhoped or unhopeful is to be desperate. So to wait or to hope?
Esperar.
Good. Esperar. Good. What is I wait or I'm waiting or I hope and or I'm hoping?
Espero.
Espero. So we've been giving the verbs two translations in the present tense. I speak or I'm speaking. I go or I'm going. I wait or I'm waiting. This is because this ing tense in English, we really overuse it. For example, we use this ing in English to refer to the future. He's doing it tomorrow. Whereas in Spanish, we just use the present tense with that future context. Lo hace mañana. Which is why we need to give both translations for hace, for example. He makes or does, or he's making or doing. And we translate hablo as I speak and I'm speaking. But this doesn't mean that I'm speaking doesn't exist. It does exist. But we use it in Spanish only when we want to show what we are doing right now in this moment. So, beginning this structure, I am speaking. This I am, do you think you would choose ser for characteristics? Or do you think you would choose estar for states?
It's a state. So estoy.
Good. We will use estar because, of course, what we are doing is a state. So we'll always use estar with these structures. So the first part of this sentence is estoy. Now, to get speaking, ing, from to speak, we take off ar and we add ando, ando, and we get hablando.
Hablando.
So I'm speaking.
Estoy hablando.
Estoy hablando. Good. So maybe somebody interrupts you and you won't say hablo. You will say estoy hablando. How would you say I am waiting and you mean right now? Right now. I'm waiting here. I'm waiting here.
Estoy esperando aquí.
Estoy esperando aquí. Good. So you could say espero aquí. Maybe it would sound a little more like I'll wait here rather than I'm waiting here. But both are fine. In many situations, both are fine and there will be just a slight change in meaning. Espero aquí, estoy esperando aquí. What you can't do is say I'm eating with her tomorrow. The ing, you need to use it just for what you're doing right now. So how was to speak?
Hablar.
And how would you say I speak or I'm speaking?
Hablo.
hablo. And what was to prepare? If you forgot it, you can go from preparation.
Preparación, preparar.
And I prepare or I'm preparing.
Preparo.
Good. So how would you say I'm preparing it tomorrow?
Lo preparo mañana.
Lo preparo mañana. So if we want to show, if we want to emphasize that we're doing something right now, I am preparing. Firstly, if we divide that up into two bits, I am preparing.
Estoy
Estoy, good. Preparar becomes
preparando.
good. So how would you say I am preparing?
Estoy preparando.
Good. Estoy preparando. Good. So that's, if you want to say I'm preparing it right now, you can use this structure. So how would you say I'm preparing it?
Lo estoy preparando.
Lo estoy preparando or estoy preparándolo. Even though it's a changed verb here, we can have the lo after ando. Estoy preparándolo or lo estoy preparando. We said that to have breakfast was desayunar. Desayunar. So how would you say we are having breakfast and you mean right now?
Estamos desayunando.
Ando. Good. Estamos desayunando. So for our verbs, we take off the ar and we put ando and we get this tense to show what we're doing right now. And we're not going to use it as we do in English. I'm finding out tomorrow. I'm doing it next week. I'm preparing it later. How would you say I'm preparing it later?
Estoy preparando.
This is not how we use it. So in Spanish, we only use it to describe what we're doing right now.
Right,
So
sorry.
this is why we're giving preparo, for example, the translation of both I prepare and I'm preparing. So that when we want to say things like I'm preparing it later, we don't go to estoy preparando.
Lo preparo más tarde.
Lo preparo más tarde. Good. But if you wanted to give the meaning of I'm preparing it right now, how would you say it?
Estoy preparando. Lo.
Good. Estoy preparándolo or lo estoy preparando. And then you get the meaning of right now in this moment. Good. So for our verbs, we're taking off the ar and we're putting ando to get this ing. For our ir verbs, we take off the er or the ir and we put on yendo, yendo, I-E-N-D-O to get this ing form. So how would you get eating from to eat? How would eating be from comer?
Comiendo.
Good. So how would you say I'm eating and you mean right now?
Estoy comiendo.
Estoy comiendo. Good. I am eating. And how would you say he is eating or she is eating or you formal?
Está comiendo.
Good. Está comiendo. So maybe somebody calls you and they say, can I speak to Pablo? And you say, está comiendo. You mean right now. What was to sell? You can think of vending machine.
Vender.
Vender. Good. How would you say they sell it? They sell it.
Venden. So it's lo venden.
Lo venden. Good. How would you say they're selling it tomorrow or they will sell it tomorrow?
Lo venden mañana.
Lo venden mañana. Good. Now, if you want to say they're selling it right now and you want to give that meaning right now, how would it be?
Están vendiéndolo.
Good. Están vendiéndolo or lo están vendiendo. Good.